You can't believe how beautiful the interior of the new Bentley Bentayga is. And right now we've got Darren Day, the head of interior design, to explain what they've done with this vehicle. And Darren, take it from here.
Yeah, well, you may not know it, but all Bentleys are all designed around the badge. We use the badge as the influence for the dashboard. So you can see how the wings of our badge form the wings of the dashboard. And it's a wonderful thing to have as an influence because you can see where the technology is, you can see the beautiful veneers running into the doors, and what's a lovely place to be, the authentic materials, the craftsmanship, the attention to detail. That's really what you get with a Bentley interior.
I love what you're saying about how the veneer runs from the instrument panel into the doors because it gives a more continuous flow to the interior.
Absolutely. I mean, that creates this feeling of spaciousness, and I think this also creates a feeling of calm. And a Bentley interior is all about driving, it's all about relaxing and appreciating the quality of the materials you're with. And I think with the Bentayga, you can certainly see how we've used the beautiful leathers, the stitching, the little bezels all around the interior to really portray that level of high quality. I mean, I suppose the masterpiece on the interior is this Breitling Tourbillon, which is an automatic watch. It has a crystal rear to it with a mother of pearl, diamonds and white gold case. And because it's an automatic watch, it needs winding. And every 15 minutes on its own, it actually rotates and winds the mainspring. And this is, if you like, the pinnacle on the interior of the car.
I love it. I've never seen anything like this in a vehicle ever before. I don't know if anyone's done this in the history of the industry, or have they?
No, and I think the amazing thing, this makes the Bentayga the most expensive watch winder in the world.
Well put. What I also like is, this being a sport utility vehicle, you've very much emphasized the sportiness. I mean, there's a very much of a cockpit feel to this.
Absolutely. I mean, we're trying to create a car here which is the best of both worlds, really. A world where you may be chauffeured in the city, a world where you may be going out and playing sports or recreation in the countryside. And so there's a lot of attention to detail, a lot of mixes between these two environments. So for instance, on the instrument panel, you'll see beautiful analog instruments, and behind a mineral glass, we have a digital display in the middle. Again, here we have a touch screen when you're in the city, and when you're driving fast or in the countryside, you can use the haptic controls, create this best of both worlds feeling. Even this wing panel here is padded beautifully, so when you're driving fast, you can brace yourself, and when you're moving off-road, it's soft to the touch.
You've thought of everything on this, and talk a little bit, even though we may not be able to see it that well, but here in the rear seat too, you've left a lot of room and theater seating so that the second seat passengers have a very good view.
Well, I think the thing about the Bentayga, which is really fantastic, is we had the chance to design a 4-seater interior as well. So we took the design of the front seats, the luxury of the front seats, all the movability, and put them into the rear. So the seat you're sitting on is as comfortable as in the front. And as you said, slightly cinema seating, so you have a lovely view across the dashboard. Has a glass sunroof as standard, so you've got this wonderful spacious and air, in the back of the car. And it really is a very comfortable place to be. I'd say we're quite influenced also by some of the sports jackets and sportswear. And you'll see on our seats how we've put the quilting on the top and on the bolsters. So you have this sort of structure where you want it on the seat. In the middle, where we have the perforations, this is for heating and cooling. So again, as you expect on a Bentley, the seats are a fantastic place to be. Heated, cooled, they have massage, in fact, 22-way adjustment.
And I see that you've kept the push-pull operation for the vents as well, which is really something of a signature for Bentley these days.
It is. We call these the bullseye vents, and these are the organ stops. And they're wonderfully damped controls which allow the air to be started and stopped. Each of the vents can be moved and obviously moved to the position that the customer wants, but the organ stop is a very traditional, maybe quirky detail that all Bentley customers know about.
And damped, no less. You left no detail out in the luxuriousness.
They feel amazing to use, and every control has been tuned so that the clicks, the haptic feedback you get, all feels perfect. In fact, I've just landed now on the control we call the Charisma control. This is a start-stop button with all of the different modes for on-road and off-road combined. And it's, if you like, the most pure, simplistic way that a customer can go from driving on the road to driving off the road. You have a sports mode. This is Bentley's recommended suspension settings, comfort and custom. And then if you're going off-road, snow and wet grass, gravel, mud and ruts and sand, and it's literally as simple as turning this dial to the control setting you want, and the car will take care of everything else for you.
I wish we could sit here all afternoon and talk, because I know there's a lot of details in this. But Darren Day, thanks so much for your time in explaining the interior of the new Bentley Bentayga.
It's been a pleasure, John. Thank you.
Very good. Keep tuning in. We've got even more coming from the floor of the Frankfurt Motor Show. Excellent, excellent.